What's going on, guys? Your boy Holloway here, and today's video is going to be another bike unveiling. What I've got for the channel, what I got for myself. This one is very near and dear to my heart, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I'm currently on the top deck of the parking garage, where this is another sentimental place for me and a few of my buddies. It kind of correlates with the bike. Like I said, I'll explain that in a minute, but let's jump into a couple B-roll shots and explain why I got this bike. As you guys will see from the title and thumbnail, I've got a 2022 Ducati V4. So yeah, let's jump into it. Diving right into the video, back where we picked up from, or picking up right where we left off from. This is the new bike. Yes, it is a 2022 Ducati V4. Like I said, I was going to explain why it is very sentimental to me, why this location is very sentimental to me. So the reason why the bike is sentimental to me is because, as you guys have probably, if you haven't seen on the channel before, I had a friend, okay? My friend was named Zerry, and he had a 2020 Ducati V4, and he loved that bike. And unfortunately, we were supposed to go to a bike meet together earlier this year, and I ended up not going because it was cold, and I really didn't want to go. I had just gotten off of work, so I was like, no, I'll catch you at the next one, man. Be safe. Let me know when you make it back, type thing, okay? But unfortunately, I went to bed, I didn't check in, and he ended up wrecking his 2020, so he ended up passing away. He bent up his front wheel. He was doing a pull on a back street. It was dark. He was unfamiliar with the location where they were like doing pulls at, and unfortunately he did not hit the brakes in time. He was going way too fast, hit a curb, and you guys know the rest. But like I said, this bike was one that was on my dream bike list, and regardless of the situation, I still probably would have gotten this bike one day. But like I said, I'm glad to have the opportunity to get this bike and really have it mean something more than just another bike, you know what I mean? Like, I got this bike because my friend loved this bike. He was like all about this bike. Like, every week he had this bike torn apart, like, and I am not bullshitting you guys at all. Like, I swear, I was like, hey man, you want to go ride? He had his fairings taken off. Like, he was really getting in depth to the bike on like where stuff was, why this was going wrong. Like, he absolutely loved this bike. Now, I love this bike just based off of other videos that I've seen of the bike, how it performs, how it handles, how great everyone talks about Ducati. So like, I already knew, like I said, this is a bike that I wanted to get and mark off my list. It was just a no-brainer to go ahead and get it. As far as like me moving on from the S1K, and I know there's a couple people that are a little upset that I got rid of the S1K, but hopefully if the YouTube takes off like I think it will shortly, I should be able to get another one day, and hopefully mark off the rest of the bikes that's on my dream list. And before we jump into riding it and explaining why I love this bike so much, this spot, like I said, it's very sentimental to me. There's a lot of wind going on right now. Hopefully the mic isn't picking that up. But like I said, this spot is very sentimental to me because this is the exact same spot that he parked his bike at before. Like, the last time I saw him, we were up here in January of 2024. We were over there taking pictures of the bikes, but he was over here by himself doing his own thing, and this is exactly where he parked the bike. I have a video of him like somewhere around here taking the picture or video of the bike, and yeah, I just feel more connected to him spiritually as far as like getting this bike and being in the same location filming this video. And like, I miss my boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wish he was here. I know he's probably looking down right now, smiling, saying like, you did it, you got the bike. Because like I said, this is one of my dream bikes. So yeah, I will always be forever grateful. I always have this spot. It's not going anywhere. To be able to come here and make videos. And yeah, I love you, bro. And hopefully one day we can meet up again. So to go over a couple things that I already have coming for the bike. So I do have a tail tidy. It's on the NRC. I got that for a steal. I got it for $100 on Marketplace. It was used like 3 times. So I got that coming. I got a rear stand coming. I already have this little axle nut piece that I need to take the wheel off, so I got that coming. I have What else? Oh, I have the, it's pretty dark, but I have the tool, a spanner wrench, to tighten your chain right up in here. Have that coming. I really don't know. So like kind of like diving into the mods list that I want to do as far as like looks wise. So I already have fairings on the way. They're in production right now through Monster Fairings. I have a code with them. So whenever I get the code, I'll put it in my link tree and in my description of my videos. So I know I had carbon wheels on the other bike. I'm not going to do carbon wheels on this one. Reason being is because every time I've taken my carbon wheels to get tires swapped on them, the shop that I took it to, they always scratched them up. And I know that's not really avoidable, but the scratches were too deep. It was like, no, I'm not even going to hassle with that. Plus, the carbon wheels on the other bike, the S1K, came with that bike. So I don't feel like dropping $4 to $6 grand on carbon wheels and potentially one of them cracking. The next thing, I do want to do an exhaust. So like this one doesn't sound bad actually. I like how it operates off of 2 cylinders, and then when you put it into gear, it operates off of 4. That's a very unique feature. I do want to do the Spark Undertail exhaust, the wheelbarrow one. That thing is immaculate. Like, I know TSBK has one, and every time I see him or I see his videos, I always tell him, man, I love this exhaust. It sounds great. Like, it's just made for this bike. And I know there's other competitors out there like Van Diemen. That's a lot cheaper than Spark. There's also, I believe, Akrapovic has a wheelbarrow exhaust. Those are cool and all, but they just don't have, like, they just don't look like the Spark. They don't sound like the Spark. The Spark will shoot like freaking 6-foot sparks and flames out the back. Like, that's freaking crazy. But moving on to the list of mods that I want to do in the near future. Unfortunately, your boy's broke, okay? I didn't really have to spend any money on this bike to get it. It was a fair trade. I'll talk about that when we get to riding on the way home. But yeah, like, I want to do these mods on, like, I'm buying the essentials first, like the things that I do need, as far as like, I need the axle nut ring, I need the rear stand, I need the chain tensioning tool. Like, I need those things. I don't really need carbon and all that good stuff, but it's what I want. Okay, moving on. So I do want to do this piece in carbon, the rear tire hugger in carbon. I want to get this piece in carbon. Probably ASV lever guards. I've seen CRG make some, but I think I'm going to do ASV. I want to do carbon wings. I may do carbon front hugger, even though the one I'm getting from Monster Fairing is going to be black. Or it's going to be, I can't tell you the color, but it's going to be the color going with the fairing. I'll just have to see how that looks. Already has mirror delete on it, even though these are from Amazon for like 30 bucks. I might just leave them on there because like I won't have to buy anything else to like cover that spot up, and it's turn signals. And that's really about it. I might do a gas cap. I've never been a big fan of having the press down gas caps just because I've seen a lot of people have problems with them, but I don't know. Depending on how the fairings look, I might have to get a gas cap to paint match the tank covers, just so this is not freaking silver and then tank covers another color. The seat, I'm not going to do anything with the seat. Like, I believe that one's like amazing already. It's way better than my S1K seat, because if you ever ridden a S1000 that has the M seat, that thing is terrible. All right, it's terrible. And the last thing, obviously, if you get an exhaust, you got to get a tune. So I'm going to do a custom dyno tune with the bike shop ATL with them, because like the owner has a Ducati, so like I kind of feel like it's only right if I take it to him to get it tuned. BT Moto is great, but like I didn't pay for the BT Moto on my other bike, so it was like, all right, I already have stage 2 on it, might as well just keep it, you know what I'm saying? But like, I've heard so many bad things about it, and I've heard so many great things about it. I can only speak of the great because I've never had an issue with them, but I just want to take a different route, brand new bike, let's try something different. Obviously we got to get a clear clutch cover. Oh, like a Ducati, it doesn't matter what you do to it, it's not complete until you do a clear clutch cover. Like, that's, I don't know who made those and like why it's a thing, but like it's just something you have to do to a Ducati. Like, I don't know. Like I said, it just completes the bike. And then obviously we're going to need a taller windscreen, because when I sit on the bike, it feels like my head is like way up here, like over, like I can freaking like launch over the bike. So no, I need something taller. As you guys know, like on the S1K, I always got joked on when I had the S1K. I had a very tall carbon windscreen, and I loved it. It worked great. I didn't have any head baffling or buffeting. Like, you can make jokes all you want, but my head's not bobbing around like on the interstate behind an 18-wheeler and stuff. All right, enough talking. Let's jump on the bike, and I'm going to explain to you guys the differences that I've noticed coming from an S1K to a Ducati, and what I like about this bike so much. All right, we're down on the street now. Hopefully this angle is good. Like I said, I'm a little more leaned over and into the dash on this bike, but like I was saying, the one feature I like is when you put it in the gear, it operates on 2 cylinders right now, but when you put it in the gear, it's on 4, baby. I love that so much. But yes, coming from the S1K, like, the major differences that I've noticed is just the difference Brembo brakes makes. Like, Brembos on this bike are freaking crazy. Like, you can literally stop on a dime with these things. I'm sure it has a thing to do with it, with like the brake pads and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I really think it's just the Brembo caliper itself. Like, it feels just so like firm and hard. Hey, yo, pause. Overall, I already love this bike. I knew I would, like I was saying earlier. It is a bike that was on my dream bike list, so why not go ahead and get a little bit early? Merry Christmas to myself. So another major difference that I've noticed with this bike coming from the S1K is that the steering, like the handling, like the steering difference up here is like so, like I want to say stiff, because like when I turn, it just starts turning for you. Like whatever way you're going, it's going to like push the bike, like the front tire that way. And I know my friend said it's like adjustable and everything, so like maybe I can adjust it or something, or I don't know, but I'll like, it's just something to get used to. Like, I'm not complaining about it, it's just different. Another thing that's different is obviously the throttle. Like on my S1K, I had 100% of the throttle. There was no free play, there was no slack, anything like that. It was 100%. As soon as you start touching like a micro centimeter, like it was giving the bike gas. Another thing that's different is obviously the clutch. It now has hydraulic fluid because the clutch is a hydraulic versus a cable. I really don't notice anything too different. It's just something that I found out when I got the bike, or when I was doing my research on the bike, that the clutch is hydraulic and it doesn't use a cable, which is kind of unique. Like, I like that. I'm gonna have to definitely watch some videos on how that operates, because I found that fascinating. And like now it kind of has a little bit more maintenance on your end, as far as like you gotta replace your brake fluid. Now you gotta replace your hydraulic fluid as well. Another thing is, I would say upshifts. The upshifts are very smooth, smoother than the S1K, I'd say. But I think I could smooth this one out just a little bit more, because like I know at certain RPMs this quick shifter is just not its best. So I think I can smooth it out just a little bit, like a tad bit more, if I put it in GP shift. And I noticed I did the same, like it was the same way on the S1K. Like it smoothed it out a lot when I put it in GP shift. And obviously a tune will help with that as well. So that's just a couple things to look out for in the near future when I get the bike set up how I want. And I believe this bike is going to break the internet when I'm done with it. Like, yeah, it's a similar build as far as like bike parts and stuff goes, but the look of it, the aesthetic, oh man, it's going, ooh. And I'm sure like there's another person around my city that's already done this wrap idea, in which I asked him to copy it, because I haven't seen a bike do it yet. But man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Oh yeah, and to keep up with all my updates, because I post a lot more on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Hollywood V4. I made a new page because my other one got restricted to where it does not push out my content to non-followers and stuff like that. So I talked to a couple people that have like almost 1 million followers and like 600k, 400k. Told me it's just better to go ahead and start over, rebuild your fan base. I mean, on my other account I didn't have but like 2,500, 2,400 followers anyways, but it's a fresh start. So go follow your boy, because I'll be posting more updates over there than I will be on YouTube, because I'm kind of gonna I'm gonna try to post daily over there. And then ultimately, you know, the biggest difference that I've noticed, and that anybody's gonna notice, is how the bike operates. Because, I mean, obviously tire size and everything, but going from a regular swing arm to a single side swing arm it's a big difference, I could say. Like, the way the bike feels is different, just because it's a different tire size as well. Like I said, it's just different. It's just going to be a learning curve. Like, I leaned the bike over like a couple days ago, going into a curve, and I was like, ooh, like, it scared the crap out of me. It just feels different, and maybe that's just because the back needs a back tire. Maybe the tires weren't warmed up properly. The front has a little stuff on it, like, I don't know if that's gumming because it took it to the track or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not going to be able to really tell until I get a brand new back and front tire, which my back tire comes in today, actually. Should be there by the time I get back home. But yeah, overall, it is a completely different bike. Something new, something fresh content for the channel. And obviously, you know, your boy's going to put his own spin on everything. So, and the one thing I don't like, I just got done reading a forum, is that the heated grips, there's a button for it, but unless you buy it and the dealer unlocks that for you, it's not going to be there. So you got to buy the heated grips separate, or like the module for it or whatever, and then the dealer has to unlock it. That's just so crazy to me. Like, what? It's understandable, because, like, if you don't think about it, it's just like, yeah, that's how Ducati operates, but like, bro, what? And lastly but not least, I just need to address something real quick. There's a lot of talk around this town. For those of you that are watching, that live around here, you know who I am, you know what state I live in, whatever, and just know, if you're out there talking shit about me, it does get back to me very, very quickly. I'm bold enough to say probably within an hour, alright? It's not that I got people looking out for me, like I say, like I'm telling people to specifically to listen in for shit talkers, but it's just like, you're talking shit about me, and I'm friends with a lot of people, and they're going to come back and tell me. So it doesn't matter how I got this bike, how the trade went, what I put on top, how crazy the trade was. It doesn't matter, okay? It's none of your business. I'm grown, you're grown. Quit talking about another grown man and his bike, okay? Because if you're still watching my videos, like I know you are, you're just a fan at this point. And if you can't say it to my face, why even say it behind my back? You know what I mean? Like, that just shows, like, your character as a person and your personality. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why are we talking shit about somebody who got a bike? Okay, we traded. Who cares? And like I was telling the guy that I traded with, like, hey, they're not going to understand or know the trade that went on behind the scenes. Oh, okay. So, like, I shouldn't have to explain myself. What these boys got going on? Oh, we got a little wreck action. Watch yo! Then my boys right there. I miss my boys. Hopefully, I can get on with another fire department soon. But until then, I appreciate you guys for watching the video. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. I upload every week, every Monday. Sometimes I'll do double uploads a week. Who knows, you know? But oh, and I almost forgot, guys. We hit 1 million channel views on the channel altogether. And just this year alone, I hit almost 800K views on my videos. I really want to thank you guys for watching and supporting the channel, because it means a lot, man. Like, I never thought, like, I knew I could take this pretty seriously and put my all into it, and you know, a couple things have gotten in the way, as far as like me losing my job at the fire department, having to drain my Roth account just to pay off my bike, so I wouldn't get it repoed, so I can still make videos for you guys. Like, a lot of stuff's been thrown my way, and I've done nothing but adapt and overcome. So, and also I've gained 2,000 subscribers this year, and the year is still ongoing. I think it's November 26th, something like that. I don't know. I'll throw it up on the screen. But yeah, man, appreciate you guys for watching. Like always, wear your gear, ride safe, keep chasing greatness, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.